As you can see from the title of this video, the topic is going to be about my financial regret. Don't take anything in this video as financial advice. Alright, so money-wise, I would say I'm doing okay. I have some savings for a rainy day, but nothing extraordinary. I work in IT, and I would say I earn a decent amount of money by my country's standards. I got introduced to investing by one of my friends. He told me about the stock market and how it works. That was like 4 years ago. However, I was a bit skeptical at first, since I heard that most of the people who invest in the stock market actually lose their money, maybe like 90% or something like that. But maybe I was wrong, because most of the people are trading short term instead of investing it for the long term. I would say I was financially illiterate back then, and I couldn't really grasp a lot of it. Over the years, I started watching videos and slowly learning how it actually works. Fast forward to today, I've recently joined a government-recognized financial course that I also paid for. If you've asked me 2 years ago, I'd probably have laughed and said it's a scam. Well, technically, it still might be a scam, since I'm only at the beginning, but I do feel like I've learned a lot already, and also I feel much more confident. The only way to know for sure if it's a scam or not is to see if my investments actually pay off in the long term. Looking back, if I had the knowledge I have right now, I would have already started investing earlier. I am 27 years old, and sometimes I think what would have happened if I started investing when I was like 20. I would have had 7 more years. Even I could have actually started from 18, but hey, I can't really turn back time, and I also didn't have the knowledge back then. Even if I had just invested in a basic ETF like the S&P 500, which tracks the top 500 US companies, I would probably be in a much better financial position today. My regret is not having the knowledge I have right now. So I'm really grateful that one friend actually told me about investing and the stock market and, you know, basic things about money. So yeah, the earlier you start, the more money you could have made in the future because of compound growth. And don't get me started on Bitcoin. For years, everyone called it a scam, and it was dead every time it dropped. But in the long run, it's still going strong. Even now, it doesn't look great since it's down a lot from his all-time high, but I've decided I would still invest some money in it. Right now, I believe it's like 50% off below all-time high, so it's around 60k right now. So we'll see in the long run how it performs. Also, the thing I like about myself is that I usually manage to save money, and I'm not the type of person who buys clothes I don't need or accessories I wear once a year and similar stuff. So I'll say I'm doing okay for my situation, and I guess that's just my character and how I'm raised, perhaps, to not waste money for something that I don't actually need or that I will just use it once. So that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing I like about myself. Also, my goal is to reach a decent net worth, so I'm not scared if something happens, like losing my job, or even worse, something affecting my health. And the best outcome would be to earn enough to retire early and not to have to work anymore. Of course, that's gonna be difficult, but I think it might be possible. Also, I believe that I'm not the type of a person who cares about buying luxury cars, yachts, and things like that. I just want to have like a peaceful and calm life overall. So yeah, if I make it in the long run, I hope this video ages well and I don't do stupid stuff like that. I would rather actually be helpful to society and perhaps donate money to people who actually need it. Either that's gonna be for health or for education. I think education is really important, because even if kids and teenagers are smart, if they don't have the proper education and they don't know how life works, they'll still be in trouble later in life. So one of the dreams I have, like a long-term dream, is to build something like a private school, but for kids who are like gifted or geniuses, like smart kids. And it wouldn't matter if their parents are rich or not. I just wanna make the world a better place, because from my experience, I've had people who are really smart when we were kids and teenagers, but unfortunately they didn't have the right education because of financial problems, and they couldn't go to better schools and stuff. And I feel like that is a bit unfair. So I'm not sure if that's even possible, like the thing I want. But maybe in the long run, that's a long shot. Maybe in the long run, I could try to figure something out, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. And also I feel like nowadays, if people don't invest in anything, the value of their money is slowly eroding, and it becomes almost impossible to keep up with the rising prices if you only save cash. Where previous generations could get away with that. Because previous generations, usually in Bulgaria, they just invested in something like maybe gold or houses or buildings, but nothing about the stock market. And they also, I feel like they also don't grasp the concept of money and how they genuinely work. But yeah, they actually, I would say they were luckier generation in that matter, because the inflation didn't. Well, I mean, they did have some crisis. Don't get me wrong, but I would say they recovered from most of them, and also they were actually doing pretty well, just working a basic job, unlike us. So yeah, I've put some money into individual stocks in crypto, and I'm doing it for the long run. I can't expect good returns in 1 or 2 months, so I'm willing to wait maybe a year, even longer. And also I would like to aim for 30 to 40% a year. Maybe that's way too optimistic, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. The only way we can actually know is when the future comes. And yeah, I'll just keep track of the companies that I've invested in and see how they do. And I also have some cash ready for potential AI bubble, if the AI bubble pops. Well, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. And just one more thing, be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow. I'll see you in the next video.